Hi chatbots out there, it's Monday, a new week, and you know what that means, a new week with lots of new adventures to be had, and I'm going to be taking you guys along on my adventures that I get up to this week. I hope you guys all having a lovely start to your new week. It's Monday, let's do this. I had Monday off, I've got Monday, Tuesday off, and I'm working Wednesday, off Thursday, back in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I had a nice lie-in. I then got up and was catching up on Neighbours, and it's the 40th anniversary at the moment, so it's very dramatic, lots going on, so I've been loving that. Still can't believe that we're losing it again for a second time. Yes, it's sad that it's ending, but also I'm just grateful that we've got an extra 2 years where we could have ended up losing it a lot longer ago, but we managed to get it back. There are people still trying to get it to come back, but who knows, maybe it will get put on a different channel. People are saying that it could go on Netflix, who knows, but I'm just enjoying it while it lasts, and if it gets put on a different channel or different site, then that would be awesome. But if not, I'm just grateful that we got to all have a little bit longer with the show that we all love. I then had some toast and a cup of tea and had some bear cuddles, and my mum had to go take my grandma for a doctor's appointment, and my dad was on his way back from work, so I had to stay with Bear to make sure that he was okay. So I was dog sitting him, and he was good as gold, and he slept quite a lot until my dad got back, and he got very excitable. And then my mum got back and I got myself ready to go off for a walk, and I headed up to the high street and went off and had a look, went to the charge shops, then went to one of the flower shops and I got some flower sacks from there. They've always got such lovely bouquets in there with beautiful colours on the flowers, and then I went off and had a look in the plant section, and I got some plants that's on there. I love all the succulents and cactuses and the pretty plant pots. And then I was having a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there, and when I'm done, is going to be leaving there, and she's going to be doing a dog walking business with her partner that he runs. So I'm sad that she's going to be leaving, but also happy that she's got this new venture that she's going to be going into, and jokingly said, oh, if there's a place going, I'd gladly work there. I'd love to work in a florist, it would be the dream. I then went off and had a look on some more to charge shops, and went off to one of the book shops, and I just love the smell of old books so much. And then I went off to Aldi and got myself some stuff on there, and I got some sushi. I'm really into my sushi at the moment. Ever since going off to Zaza's with Tash, I've been loving my sushi, so I got some sushi from there. Also got myself an apple juice and these chicken strip things, and I then bumped into Tash and Jamie and their mum, who'd been into our workplace for lunch, so I was having a nice chat with them, and they were going off to the mall for some shopping, and me and Tash were going to be going off to Tiffington to have a walk there and go off to the pub, but due to Jamie and Tash having to go into the mall, we're going to be doing that on Friday instead. And it was nice to get to see them briefly. And then I headed up to go off to Dobby's, my happy place, and I was listening to music on my headphones on the way up, and had my backpack with me. And one of the key rings that I had on my backpack, the crocheted key ring, had the thread that is put through on the key ring had come off. So luckily I managed to notice that it had fallen off on a bench that I sat on whilst having sort of my chicken strips, and managed to put it in my bag, otherwise I would have lost it. So I'm a bit wary of the other one, which is a sunflower one that I have, so I keep feeling for it on my bag just to make sure that it doesn't fall off, because I don't want to lose that one too. And I've ordered another one because the heart one that obviously did the same thing is on its way, and I'm going to get them sewn back on and like strengthened so they don't fray and fall off, because I don't want to be losing them. And then I got to the garden centre and had a look around the garden centre. I went to the homeware and stationery section first. Got so much stationery in now and was having a good look at those, but I don't need any more stationery. And as it's coming out to Easter, they've also got lots of chocolates and sweets in, and I am trying to be good, so I didn't get anything like that. And I then got some flower stats from the flower section. I love all the lovely flowers and blossoms starting to appear. Now spring is here and all the lovely colourful flowers. It makes me so happy. I then had a look at the plant section, and they've got loads of new plant displays that they've been putting up with lots of lovely cactuses and succulents, and I got some plant stats. Plant section is so good, such lovely plants and all the lovely colours and succulents and cactuses and the really pretty plant displays and pretty plant pots. I just love it. I then went off to the cafe and I had a meringue tart and a tea from there, and also got myself a Sprite and some gingerbread shortbread biscuits. Yeah, I got some shortbread biscuits, not gingerbread. I was going to get gingerbread, but I got shortbread instead. Loved shortbread. And I got some shortbread and Sprite. I was going to be having the Sprite on the way home. And it's so warm and really sunny. It was really gloomy and cloudy first thing for quite a while, and I did think it was going to rain, hence why I'm wearing this jumper. And then the sun came out and it got really hot, and I definitely needed that Sprite on the way back. And then after that I was on my way out when I came across some more flowers to get snaps of, so I quickly got flower snaps of those. They've got such lovely colours on and got so many flower snaps in the garden centre, and I just love flower and plant photography. And the flower sets that I got earlier on when I first got there was a plant pot that says "You'll find me in the garden," and I just thought that was so cute. And then the plant pot next to it that had the tulip on, and I got a selfie photo of that plant pot, and I just love that. It's so cute, and all the little figurines they have around the plant section and the water fountains and stuff like that I just find so cool. And then I made my way back, and on my way back I had my Sprite. Definitely needed that as I was melting. I then listened to some music on my headphones on my way back, and I went through a field which is a public footpath, so I had to climb over this little like step and get myself over and climb over this little fence to get through. So I felt like Indiana Jones, and I'm not the most athletic of people, and was like, please not fall and injure yourself, and managed not to, although I forgot to mention on the way up the high street I was having one of the charge shots. I'd gone back to get a flower stamp and managed to trip and fall over and cut my knee, and I haven't done that in a long time. I was actually thinking to myself the other day, you know what, Dan, your knees are looking quite good at the moment, and I've scuffed one of the knees up. Great, I'm so clumsy, so I'm just used to it by now, and it's dried up now, and I cleaned it when I'd gone to the bathroom in the garden centre to make sure that it didn't go blech. So I managed to clean that up, and luckily it wasn't too bad. It's a good thing I had my trousers on and not my shorts or corners, because it probably would have been a lot worse otherwise. And I normally have plasters in my bag, but I must have used them all up, so I need to get some more to put in my bag just in case I do fall over, which normally happens quite a lot. And then I got home and my older brother was back from being at work, and my dad was out in the garden, and Bear was running around like an absolute loon, and our neighbour's dog, who is around the same age as Bear, came into our garden to their little puppy play date, which is so cute, and they were both very well behaved. They were both running around like headless chickens, and it's just so cute. I then had the sushi that I got from Aldi, and it was so good. And then had a cup of tea and had the shortbread that I'd gotten from Dobby's Cafe, and listened to a bit of music. I did some drawing and colouring in, and then was doing a little bit of spring cleaning and tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse, and have changed my dollhouse quite a lot and added some new dolls into there. And I've also done the same with my office. I've been moving things about and changing it up a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys an updated tour. I'm going to be giving you guys an updated tour of my office, starting off with this section here. So I've got my Fursuit Crew and Gromit knitted toys, and hot figures behind that. Then I've got an alphabet hat above that, which is a drink cup I got when I went and saw Wicked in the cinema. And I've got a Stitch I was personally cuddly toy behind that. And I've got two Doctor Who posters, some wind chimes here, and I've got some key rings and magnets on my pin board. Some photos of me when I was younger, and one of me and my siblings when we were younger. These two hang quotes, one that says bloom, one says you can do hard things. I've got my Heartstopper calendar and posters below that. Another little quote that says lovely friend. I've got this Moulin Rouge poster that my mate gave me when she went to Paris. Then I've got my Beetlejuice inbox dolls, my shoe ornaments, and below that I've got all my inbox dolls that are going to be put on a shelf and in a cabinet once my room is makeover over. And then above that on the top shelf I've got a Audrey Hepburn picture, a dream catcher, some mugs, notebooks, books, folders, and lots of other bits and pieces. And I've got a Brum toy car, as I used to love Brum when I was younger, a baby photo of me, a photo of Triggy, this Doctor Who Weeping Angel artwork that my mate's dad did for my birthday a few years ago, a photo of me and Tash when we were in York and we went to Harry Potter mini golf and got that photo taken. They've got a chocolate shoe from Chocolate Factory behind there, some money boxes, a child doll in this flower box, and then I've got a storage box that is of sugar, which I love. This crate wool, my cardigan and down jacket and Fourth Doctor scarf live here. Then I've got my Polaroid camera and my camera, a Doctor Who artwork, this little memo board which says "Don't worry, be happy," which my older sister had written on there for me. I've got my vinyl section, some mugs along here, my little Kylie shrine, my cowboy hat I got when I went to Pride, and then I've got some pot figures and plushies. I've got my food plushies here, and then I've got my Corpse Bride pot figures above here, a Kylie picture that I got when I went to the Kylie exhibition back in 2007. Then I've got my beat up doll who lives here, and her clothes are down here. I've just got storage and notebooks and bits down here. I've got storage in these two drawers as well as these three drawers and these two drawers, lots of storage. And I've got more storage down here. And then I have this section here with some plushies, some books, and a notebook that's a D initial which my younger sister got me when she'd gone to Ireland. Then I've got this really cute floral heart hanging above here. Then these stars hang above here, which I got from a child's shop. And then I've got some more plushies, some Heartstopper books, this burger notebook, another long bottom one, and this yellow rose that I got when we went to my grand's funeral. And I have this Kylie wine, and then down to the last bit of my office tour, which is the main part of my office. And I've got my illustration book, a doodle pad underneath that, some pen pots, a little storage box. These two drawers have some pens in, the book that I'm currently reading, which is One Day, which is such a great book. And then I've got some books behind there, this really cute pencil pot that I got from a school fair when I was in secondary school with some novelty pens in. As you guys know, I love my novelty pens and pencils. Then I've got this little quote that says "Life without cake is like cake without chocolate," which I love. A little cup holder. Then this Doctor Who thing up here is really cool, which is a mug that changes colour when you put it in the microwave and put hot water and stuff in it. And I've got this really cute little Oreo plushie, which is so cute, and then a little like sign thing where you can put like letters and sentences and stuff, and it says "Banner Forever." An autograph from Susan Sarkar, who was in Doctor Who and also was in Casualty. And then I've got this Harry Potter artwork which I got at a high street fair, and this is my updated office tour, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This behind me and my dollhouse over there, it's my happy place, my sanctuary. I just love it so much, and it's coming together really well, and it's not going to be like this forever, because in the summer I'm going to be making over the whole room. For now, this is as best it's going to be at the moment, and I am very excited to be making over my bedroom and just watch this space. I then was listening to a bit of Sabrina Carpenter, love her music so much, and was working on some illustrations and clothes of those in, and then I sorted my Blue Turtle out into a new look, and I'm show you guys that. Here's my Blue Turtle's new look, starting off with the shoes. She's got these pink go-go boots on, and then this stunning purple dress with a heart cut slit here. Then she's got her hair scraped out of her face, which makes you be able to see more of her face. Then she's got these two dangling bits of hair down the side, then her hair down here going straight to the floor. And this outfit is inspired by Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet tour, and I just love this outfit so much, and would love to have been able to get to the tour. And I'm just loving seeing all the TikToks of her performances and all the love she's getting, and she just looks like she's having the time of her life, and just love her songs so much. I love that look, inspired by Sabrina Carpenter, and I just love her vibe. She's just a queen, absolutely stunning, and I've loved her ever since Girl Meets World and Eyes Wide Open, one of her first songs I am obsessed with. I still love that song so much. And then for my tea, I had some chicken chefs with these sauces in, and they were mwah, and I'll show you guys that. I was running truly stuffed. After that, I then was just finishing off watching my journal entry for today and put that away, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Tuesday. I got up after a lie-in, and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. I just watched this rom-com on Netflix, and I had some bear cuddles with Bear, and he's getting so big. And then I was listening to a bit of music and just working on some illustrations and colouring some of those in. And the gel pens that I've had for quite a while, most of them are dying, so I need to get some new pens to colour in my illustrations. And then I got myself ready to go off for a walk, and I had a cup of tea and a sausage sandwich for lunch just before heading off for my walk. I was enjoying the sunshine and blue skies, and I got some selfies in front of some of the flowers and blossoms. And then I headed up to the high street and had a look in some of the child shops, and went off to one of the book shops and was looking in there and saw and chatted to one of my friends. And then I went off to WH Smith's, and I got some pens from there to colour in my illustrations, and I got these ones which are fine line ones, and then this really cute case, and there's 30 fine liner pens, so that will keep me going. And then I went off to Widderford's, one of these really cool shops in the high street which sells anything and everything. It's the shop that they based on open hours on, and I got some Turkish delight from there, and it comes with this really cute little bag. Whenever I think of Turkish delight, it also makes me think of Narnia. Apparently they're doing a Narnia Netflix series, which would be awesome. I love those books and films. And then I went off to one of the flower shops at the top of the high street, which is a plant and flower shop, and they had a load of flowers out the front of the plant shop, and I got some flower starts. I love all the roses Roses are one of my favourite flowers, and all the lovely colours on the flowers. I then went inside of the plant shop and got some plants out from there, and I'll show you guys. That plant shop has such pretty plant displays. I love all the succulents and cactuses and the pretty plant pots. I was then having a lovely chat with the plant shop keeper in there, and then I headed off to Surroundings, which sell socks and arts and crafts and lots of different things, and it's just such a cool shop. I was having a look in there and was this close to getting another pair of socks, but I don't need any more socks for now. I was then just chatting with the shopkeeper in there, and then I went off to the corner shop and got myself a drink to take to work with me the next day, as I'm doing a 10 to 3 the next day. And I was going to go to the shop and get one just before work tomorrow, but I know that it normally gets quite busy around that time, so I thought I'd get one before work the next day, so I didn't have to get one before work tomorrow and be running late. So yeah, nice and on it. I then headed back, and on my way back home I was listening to music on my headphones and was enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies, and I got some flower and blossom snaps whilst on my way back. Loving the sunshine and blue skies and all the pretty blossoms and flowers that are out and about. Spring is well and truly here, and I love this time of year and the lighter evenings as well. And I then got this pretty leaf snap. Those leaves are so pretty and they've got really lovely patterns on. I then got home and my dad was back from being out, and I picked my mum up from being at my grandma's, and we got a package of some new toys for Bear, and we gave him this rope toy and he was chucking it around the garden, doing laps around the garden, being so excitable. Bless him, he loves his teddies and his toys, and he was enjoying that whilst Purdy was enjoying the box that the toys came in, and I'll show you guys a photo of her in the box. It's so adorable. And then I had a cup of tea and some biscuits. I was just watching a bit of TV, watching a bit of Escape Country. Love that show so much. And then I was playing with Bear out in the garden, and I got a snap off Bear, and I'll show you guys that. He's so beautiful and he's getting so big. I then was working on some new illustrations and colouring some of those and testing out the new fine liner pens, which work really well, and had some of my Turkish Delight. And I am now off to go and watch The Chronicles of Narnia, as Turkish Delight always makes me think of Edmund from The Chronicles of Narnia, and haven't seen that film in ages. Going to be watching the first one, and we'll see you when I'm back from Jigsaw volunteering this evening. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at Jigsaw volunteering, and I was doing about maps from around the world. So we did a quiz and played some games, and then we were listening to some national anthems and having to guess which country's songs they were from. And then we had some hot chocolates, and then we did fruit or veg of the week, where we either have fruit or veg and have to guess which one it is. And then it was the end of the session, and I got back and watched today's Home and Away and was just chilling. And then for my tea I had a salad, and I'll show you guys that. The salad was so good. I'm not off to go and watch today's UK soaps and watch Wally Road and Sort of Life Out. And I've got my uniform ready for work tomorrow. I'm doing a 10 till 3, and I'm going to be finishing my donut entry for today, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday. I got up, showered and changed, ready for work. I was supposed to be having Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, but they needed someone to do a 10 till 3, so I put my hat in the wing. So I ended up doing a 10 till 3, which I didn't mind, as I was working with Tash, my bestie, and knew that we were going to absolutely slay the shift. I then had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. I had some Bear cuddles and listened to a bit of music just before work. I then headed off to work, and just before work I popped to the Co-op bakery and got me and Tash a pan of chocolate each, and then had a little look around some of the child shops, as I was up to High Street a little bit early. So then I was just killing time looking into the shops and saw and chatted to one of my mates, and then I got to work, got clocked in, and put my bag away and gave Tash her pain au chocolat. I had mine just before I got into work and got her a drink from the corner shop, got myself one as well, and then I was just running lots of food and drinks, doing food and drink orders and drinks making and cleaning tables and doing some of the cleaning jobs, and so on, chatted to some of the regulars. And it was a lovely sunny day, so we had lots of people sitting inside as well as outside, so I was also cleaning outside as well as inside, and I was doing some coffee making. I'm slowly getting there on coffee making, getting a bit more confident on the coffee making side of things. We've got our rota for next week for Sunday onwards, and I'm working a split shift on Mother's Day, which is going to be fun. It's going to be so busy, and my mum and dad and the others are going off to the Anchor just down the road with my grandma for a Mother's Day Sunday roast, but they've got me one that I'm going to be having when I get back, so I'll be having that on my break in between my split shifts. I've ordered a pork roast and cannot wait to have that, and also a bit of cheesecake as well, as there's a roast and pudding deal on at the moment for Mother's Day, so I'm looking forward to having that. And we've got a great team on Mother's Day, so we're going to absolutely smash it, and hopefully if quiet in the evening I might get to go home early, fingers crossed. And then I was doing some more food and drink orders, and we had a bit of a busy lunch rush, and Tash was doing the working out of the specials on the specials boards, so while she was doing that I was doing some more coffee making, and we had Jen in kitchen with one of our other chefs, and Jen also came out front and helped us do some coffee making when it got busy. And then I finished at 3, and I was so happy to be done and to be able to get out in the sunshine and enjoy the lovely sunshine, and the weather has been so lovely. Hopefully it stays. And I then clocked off, got into this top that I'm wearing right now that I had in my work bag, and then me and Tash headed off to Aldi to get ourselves some lunch from there, and then she had to go off and let her dogs out in the garden. And so while she was doing that, I popped to one of the flower shops that I went to go to yesterday, but they had a flower wedding meeting going on, so I wasn't able to get in there then, and I was able to get in there this evening and get some free flower stats. I was able to get some really pretty flower sets from there with lovely colours on. I then was having a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there. Then Tash met back up with me and went and sat on a bench and had our lunches that we got from Aldi, and I had some chicken wraps, and the chicken fajita wraps were so good, and also had a orange Lucozade, and I love orange Lucozade so much. And in One Stop, which is a shop just one corner from me, they do these ginormous orange Lucozades, which are so good. Then we let our food go down, and we then head off down to our town's castle to have a little stroll around there. And it's such a beautiful castle, and me and Tasha both said how we'd love to do an afternoon tea there sometime, so we definitely have to sort that out sometime soon. And I got some snaps of the castle that I'll show you. Such a beautiful castle in which there's so much history, and I'd love to do a tour of the castle someday. Then I got some flower starts from the castle's gardens, and I'm going to show you guys those. I love all the pretty blossoms and flowers in the castle's gardens, and they're so beautifully kept, and I was having a lovely look around there. And then Tash got a snap of me sat on these steps. She always gets such great snaps of me, and I had a lovely time with her at the castle looking around there. And she had to head off to walk her dogs, and I then went inside of the castle. I went into the lounges where you can have afternoon teas, and I got some snaps of the lounges. They're so beautiful. I love all the tapestries and the chandeliers and the fireplaces and the sofas, and had a lovely look around there. And then I headed home, and on my way back I was listening to some music on my headphones and had a lovely stroll back, enjoying the sunshine and blue skies. And I got a snap of these tulips that I saw was on my walk back, and I'm going to show you guys that snap. I love all the tulips appearing. I just love tulips, all the lovely colours, the reds and yellow tulips. I then got home and I had some sushi that I got from Aldi. I had my fajita wraps and had my sushi when I got back. Decided to have that when I got home instead of having that, as well as my fajita wraps when having the little picnic with Tash. And the sushi was so good. Ever since going to Zaza's with Tash a few weeks back, I've been absolutely loving sushi. And then I put my work clothes in the wash, and I'm now off until Friday evening, and was listening to a bit of music, just enjoying colouring in. I was reading some more of One Day, and then my dad got back from being at fishing, and for tea we had chicken curry. The chicken curry was so delicious. And after that, I was reading a bit more of One Day, listened to a bit of music, and did some drawing and colouring in, and was using my fine line pens I got the other day, and they work so well. And I love colouring those in and giving them a bit of more of a wow factor with the colouring in, and kind of adds a bit more of a flair to them, and they are all looking really good. I then was just tidying up my office and my does and dollhouse. I was just watching some episodes of Doctor Who, and I watched Girl in the Fireplace, which is probably my favourite Doctor Who episode ever. And I'm so excited for New Who coming out next month. And I saw a sneak peek, and he does a Kylie reference, and they've done a few Kylie references now, which I'm loving in the New Who. And saw a trailer and also a poster, and it looks so good. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday, and I got up early ready to head off to the garden centre. I was going to Almondsey Garden Centre. Love the garden centre, as you guys know. And I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and then head off to get the bus just down the road from the house centre. And then I got to the garden centre, and whilst on the bus there I was listening to music on my headphones. I then got into the garden centre and was having a good look around there, and I got some plant stats from the plant station. The plant section is huge, and I love all the succulents and cactuses and the pretty plant displays they have in there. I was having a good look at all the plants and all the succulents and cactuses, and then I went off to the flower section and I got some flower stats. I was having a good look at the flower section outside of the garden centre, outside area where they have loads of their flowers and blossoms, and I love all the pretty blossoms and flowers and lovely colours and patterns, and they smell so good. I then went off to the cafe in the garden centre and had some lunch from there, and I had a tuna melt and a pot of tea, and I'll show you guys that. The tuna melt was so good. It was so cheesy. I had lots of tuna in. It was mwah. And I had a pot of tea, and it came with some salad and coleslaw, and the coleslaw was so good. And then I just let my food go down and just chilled in the cafe for a bit and scrolled for my phone. And then on the way out of the cafe I got this snap of some art prints they have up on the wall, and I'll show you guys. I love the art prints they have up in the cafe, they're so cute. I then went off and had a look at some more of the garden centre and ended up getting some more flower stats that I'll show you. I love this time of year, all the flowers and blossoms starting to appear with all the lovely colours and patterns on. And then I ended up getting some cherry jam and lemon curd, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of that. I've just got these from the garden centre. I've got some royal cherry jam and some lemon curd. Can't wait to have these on my toast. I was then just having a look around the homeware and stationery section, and they've got lots of chocolates and sweets in as it's nearly Easter. So I was having a good look at the Easter section and all the chocolates and sweets and stuff they had on there. And then I made way off to get the bus back, and I got the bus back and was listening to some music on my headphones on the bus back. I then got off the bus and had a nice stroll back, and on the way back I got some flower and blossom snaps. They've got such lovely colours on. I love all the blossoms, and it's such a beautiful time of year. And it was supposed to be very hot today, so I was dressed in my summer stuff, like cooler clothes, and it's actually been quite gloomy and it did spit a little bit, so I was like, where's the sunshine, come on. And it's now warmed up a bit, which is good, and we did see a little bit of sun briefly. I then got home and I had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and was just reading some more of one day, listened to a bit of music and just doing some drawing, colouring in and tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse. And then I was just watching a bit of Murder, She Wrote, and I'm now just going to be chilling before going off to Jen's for games night this evening, and we'll see you when I'm back from that. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at games night at Jen's. My dad dropped me to games night, and I'd gone to the shops just around the corner before going to Jen's games night, and got some pudding and some drinks, and then headed off to Jen's, and it was so much fun. Always had such a great time at games night, and it was me, Dean, Amelia and Jamie there. Fortunately Tash had to work, and we played some games of Monopoly Deal and also of Exploding Kittens, and had some cheesy pasta with this garlic sauce, and it was mwah. And then had some chocolate cake with some runny cream and some mini chocolate brownies, and I'm going to show you guys snaps of the food and the games that we played. The food was so good, and I had such a lovely time playing games. And then I got dropped back by Amelia and Dean, and I am now off to go and get into my PJs, finish writing my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be watching today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and we'll see you in more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Friday, the end of the week and almost the weekend. I hope you guys are all having a lovely end to your week. I got up, showered and changed, ready for morning group, and had some lemon curd toast and a cup of tea. And I had the lemon curd that I got from the garden centre yesterday, and it was so good. My mum doesn't like it, she always calls it lemon turd. I was done watching a bit of TV and just listening to some music, and then my mum dropped me to morning group, and we were doing some arts and crafts, and I always love doing arts and crafts at morning group, and it's always so much fun. And we were making these flowers, and they came with a little pot that we put stickers all over them, and it was a little bit fiddly, but we did really well. We then had some cups of tea and biscuits and had a good natter, and we were planning what we're doing next week, and we're going to be making some Easter themed biscuits, which is going to be really fun. Another thing we always love to do is doing baking at morning group. And then it was the end of the session, and I got picked up, got home, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of the flowers that we made. We did this craft of some flowers at morning group, sticking it together, and it was really fun, and decorated these pots. They came in with some stickers, and they look so pretty. They turned out really well. And then me and my mum went off to pick my grandma up from hers, as my mum was taking my grandma up to the high street. She had some stuff to do at the high street, and then I met Tash at the high street, and we went off to to Tivington, a nearby village, for a little walk around there, and it's really picturesque and somewhere I'd love to film a soap, as it is very Emmerdale-esque. And we went off to Aldi before that and got some drinks on there, and I got this white chocolate Easter bunny that I cannot wait to devour. I love white chocolate so much. Tash also got one as well, and then I had my drink whilst on my way to Tivington, and we were listening to some music whilst on our walk, and it was a lovely sunny day, lovely blue skies, and had a lovely stroll down into Tivington. And Tash got a snap of me sat on these steps. always gets such great snaps of me. I then got some flower snaps whilst walking around the village. There's such lovely flowers and blossoms out and about at the moment. I'm loving it, all the lovely flower snaps that I'm able to get. Love flower photography so much. And then we came across this village book share that they had, and it was an old phone box, and I'll show you guys snaps of that. It's so adorable. And then we headed off into the Swan pub in Tiverton to have some lunch there, and I popped to the loo as I was bursting to go to the loo, and I then got a mirror selfie from the bathroom. I love those lights above the mirror, they're so cute. I then got some snaps of some of the interior in the pub, and I'll show you guys. I love the coziness in there, and the fireplace and the lanterns and the vinyl player in the entranceway to the restaurant is really cool. I then had a brie and chutney sandwich with some Doritos. The sandwiches came with a J2O, and then had a hot chocolate and a bit of banoffee cheesecake, and I'll show you guys that. Food and drinks were so good in there, and it was really lovely in there, and the hospitality in there was really great. And then after that I got a mirror selfie from one of the mirrors near this fireplace, and I'll show you guys. And after that we went off for more of a walk, and I got 2 pretty leaf snaps. They've got such pretty patterns and colours on. And then we went into the park, and I went down the slide in the park that I haven't been down since I was a kid. Big kid at heart, and lots of people were watching, and I was like, I don't care, it's got to be done. And I literally went down that slide so fast, I literally thought I was going to go flying off. And then we went off for more walk down some country lanes, and me and Tash got a snap together for these white blossoms. And we had such a lovely day, and the weather was lovely. Did say that it was going to rain in the afternoon, so luckily the weather held out and didn't rain, because I was prepared for us to be getting soaked. That's why I had my coat on my bag just in case, because you never know with this weather. And then we made our way back up the hill out of Tiverton, and we walked down and back, and it wasn't too bad. I was thinking that my legs were going to drop off by the time we made our way back, but we managed. I didn't fall over, thank God. I was like, please not fall over. And then we departed halfway between our houses, and I gave her a big hug and thanked her for a lovely day. And then I was listening to music on my way back, and then I got home and was giving Bear lots of cuddles. He was very happy to see me, and I got a snap of him on his bed, and I'm going to show you guys that. Can't believe how big he's getting. And then I got my bag ready for work, I got my uniform ready. I'm doing 7 till close, and realised that Tash had put her Easter bunny she'd got from Aldi in my bag and forgot to give it to her, so I'm not seeing her now till Saturday. So I'm going to be putting it in the fridge and giving it to her on Saturday when I next see her. And then my keyring I got from my work bag had arrived, and I'm going to show you guys. It is this star keyring, and it has a little star on as well, like flower, which is so cute. And I'm going to put this on my work bag. It is so big, and it jingles as well, which is so cute. So when I'm walking along, I'll be jingling whilst I walk. And the 2 keyrings that I had on my bag, the thread on the keyring has broken off, so my mum's going to be sewing them back onto my bag, but making it super strong so they don't fall off, and she's going to do the same with this one. And can't wait to put this on my bag. And I'm now off to go and just chill before going off to work this evening, and we'll see you more at the vlog when I'm back from work. It is now later on in the evening, and I'm home, and I am so ready for bed. Tonight was so busy. I got to work, I was doing 7 till 10. I was supposed to do 7 till 10, but I normally end up staying till close because normally we have a colleague who's doing a split shift the next day, and it would be kind of unfair if I was like, no, I'm going home at 10. So I stayed till close. We had a great team on. It was me and 2 other colleagues on. I got clocked in and put my bag away, got my drink I got for work to keep me going and keep me sane out, and I had some of that. And from the minute I got in, it was so busy. It's the last Friday of the month, which means quite a lot of people get paid either today or Monday. So we had quite a lot of people in, lots of people having lots of food and drinks. So I was wearing lots of food and drinks. I was mainly on floor, wearing lots of food and drinks, clean tables. Someone chatted to some of the regulars, and then my other colleagues were on bar. I did hop on bar a bit, but other than that, I mainly stayed on floor. And then my colleague, who was on split shift the next day, got to finish early, and then it was just me and one other colleague on shift, and we just got loads of the cleaning and cushions done. And then we finished, and I got clocked off, got my bag and coat, got home, and it was quite chilly in the evening, and it'd be quite warm in the daytime. So I had my jacket with me, and then waited to get picked up. Got picked up, got home, and I'm now in my PJs, and for my tea I had mac and cheese, and I'll show you guys that. The mac and cheese was so delicious, nice and cheesy, just how I like it. And I'm now off to go and sort my Bluetooth out into a new look, finish writing my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be watching today's Home and Away and UK Soaps. And I've got my uniform ready for tomorrow, and it's going to be so busy for 2 reasons. This weekend is going to be busy. One, lots of people are getting paid Friday, and number 2 is Mother's Day on Sunday, and it's going to be so busy. But we've got a great team on, and we'll get through it. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a lovely evening, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Saturday, and I got up ready for work, and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and just watched a bit of TV and was having some cuddles with Bear before work. And then my dad dropped me to work, and just before work I got myself a drink from the corner shop, and also had a look in one of the charity shops, and I got a Harry Potter doll from there. And then it was time to head into work, and I was up to work early, so that's why I was able to go into the charity shop, and I'm glad that I did, because I was able to get that doll. I then got to work, got clocked in, and put my bag away, and it was me and 2 other colleagues on shift, and then Tash came in, and so there's 4 of us on shift, and it was pretty busy, and it was quite sunny, so we had people sitting inside as well as outside. So I was wearing lots of food and drinks, cleaning lots of tables, and doing food and drink orders and drinks making, and so on, chat to some of the regulars. And then I was able to get a lunch break, as I was doing a 10 till 5. So I had my lunch break, and I sat on one of the tables in the corner and listened to music whilst having my lunch, and I had a beef and chili. The beef and chili was so delicious. I had some halloumi fries in there as well, as I don't like the pink onion and the nachos. So I just had the beef and chili and some rice and some halloumi fries on top of that, and a cola. And then my alarm signalling the end of my lunch break went off, so I then continued on with the rest of my shift. And from 3 till 5 it was just me and one other colleague on shift, so we were just getting loads of the cleaning jobs done that we could do. And I was doing some more food and drinks and doing food and drink orders and drinks making, and then had to pop to Aldi to get some stuff for kitchen. And then I was cleaning some tables, and I finished at 5, and I clocked off and got changed into my job I'm wearing now. Got my bag and showed Tash the new key ring that's on my bag, and it jingles, so when I'm walking it jingles, and I love that. I then went off to Savers around the corner and got some dry shampoo, some deodorant, and some spot patches, because you can't see, but I've got a spot here and it's really sore, so put a patch on that to help. And I thought, being in my late 20s, being 27, that I would be out of the spotty teenage stage. Fortunately, it doesn't work like that, and I'm still getting breakouts, and it's normally in the T-zone, which I hate. and normally they end up most awkward of places, which is fun. I then chatted with my mate Tom, who works in one of the pubs in the high street, and was just having a nice catch up with him. And then I popped to Co-op and got my younger sister some Marvel's Popping Cadbury's chocolate, which she's obsessed with at the moment. So I got her some of that. She sent me the money, so I got her that. And I got myself some chocolate buttons and a drink for work tomorrow, and got myself a cola and drank that on the way home. And I saw one of my colleagues whilst in Co-op, so I jokingly said, as he was in the line behind me to pay, I turned to him and was like, he's paying, and then had a quick chat with him, and we're working together tomorrow. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. I'm a little bit nervous because it's going to be super busy, but we've got a great team on, and one of my colleagues is an absolute legend, and she's got all like sorted out where everyone's going to have a certain job and it will run like clockwork. So I have complete faith in her, and I'm doing a split shift. I'm doing a 9 till 3, 6 till close, and yeah, it'll be good. And my family are off for a Sunday roast at the Anchor just down the road, where they're getting me a takeaway one, so I'm very excited to have that. I'm having a pork roast and a cheesecake. They have a cheesecake on the day, and so I'm hoping it's the mango and passion one that I had last time, as it was. And then I made way home, and just before I was heading back, I popped to Aldi and went off and had a look at the Best Buy section, and I got some flour sats from there, and I'm sure you guys they're so pretty. I love the sunflowers and all the pretty colours on those, and the lovely bouquets. They've got lots of flower bouquets, obviously with Mother's Day being tomorrow, so I was having a good look at all of the flowers, and bumped into one of my mates, so I was chatting with them, and then I made my way back, and I was on my way back, and then when I had to go back to one of the shops and get some bits, and the queue was so long. And then I got home, and my dad was going off to do a disco, and I was just watching a bit of Angus Funk and Perfect Snogging, such an iconic film. And then I was listening to some music and doing some drawing and colouring in, and just sorting out my office and my dolls and dollhouse. And I'm going to show you guys a clip of the new Harry Potter doll I got. Just before work, I popped to one of the charge shops as I was up to work a little bit early before my shift. I thought I'd kill some time, and I got this Luna Lovegood doll that is in box, and it was only £8, so such a good price, and she's so cool. I love her outfit, and the shoes are so cool, and the leg warmers, and the blue tights, and the skirt with all the stars and moons on, and her pink checkered jacket. It comes with her glasses and a magazine, and she's just so pretty. I can't wait to add her to my collection. I've also got Hermione up there and Professor McGonagall behind there. I then had my tea, and as I'd had the beef and chilli for lunch, I wasn't really feeling too hungry, so I just had a cheese and pickle toasty with a cup of tea, and then had some bear cuddles. And when I got back from work, he was so happy to see me. I then got my work uniform ready for tomorrow, and was writing some more of my journal entry, and I finished that for today and just put that away. I was then just reading some more of my day, did some colouring in of some of my new illustrations using the fine line pens I got from W. Smith the other day, and I'm now off to go and watch New Britain's Got Talent, and we'll see you with more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Sunday, and a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I got up, showered and changed, ready for work. I was doing a 9 till 3 and a 6 till close, so I'm on a split shift today, and I had some breakfast, watched a bit of TV, listened to a bit of music, and just had some cuddles with Bear. And then my dad brought me to work. I got to work, got clocked in and put my bag away, and was helping open up, and it was me and 2 other colleagues on shift to start with, and then another colleague came in at 10 and another colleague came in at 12, and it was so busy. We had so many Mother's Day bookings, and we absolutely smashed it. We had a great team on, and everybody had a job role. So I was serving food and drinks and looking after the back of the restaurant and also outside. Then another colleague was doing the front of the restaurant, and then one of my colleagues was on coffees, another one was on bar, and another one was doing floats, so a bit of everything. And we absolutely smashed it, and I was buying so much food and so many drinks and cleaning lots of tables. And then we had a musician come in and perform a Sunday session, and she's really good. And then I finished at 3 and I clocked off, got my bag and changed into this jumper I had in my bag, with this thin t-shirt I should say. It's a nice thin long sleeve t-shirt because although it's sunny it's still a little bit nippy out there. And then I met my family down at the pub just down the road from where we live, as they'd gone for Mother's Day Sunday roast, and they were going to be giving me a takeaway one to have when I got back, as I didn't think I'd be able to join them. And luckily I was able to join them, and they just had their mains and were just about to have their pudding. So I had my roast and then had my cheesecake for my pudding just after they had finished theirs, so I didn't I wasn't too long, and had some orange and passion J2Os, which is so good, and the Mother's Day roast was so delicious. And I got a photo of this Mother's Day banner that was at the bar, and a photo of my roast, and I had a pork roast, and the crackling was more, and the cheesecake was so good. I had lemon cheesecake and some J2Os. I love orange and passion J2Os. And then one of the workers there kind of got a photo of us all together, and I'm going to show you guys snaps. It was so lovely. And then we got home and I then popped to the corner shop. I got myself a drink for work this evening, and I'm doing a 6 till close. Hopefully, if quiet, I might get to finish a little bit early. Fingers crossed. And then I've got a few days off, and I'll get my haircut tomorrow and get paid. Tomorrow's payday. Woohoo! And it feels like this month has been so long, so I'm looking forward to payday, and I've got to then start getting money out to pay for the Brighton holiday with me and Tash in May, and I'm so excited for that. And so I'm going to be sorting that out tomorrow. And then I made my way home, and on the way back I got some flour snacks. I had a lovely stroll back, and I'm loving all the flowers and blossoms out and about, and the beautiful sunshine and blue skies. The weather has been so lovely. It's supposed to be really hot this week. It's supposed to be like 17 degrees, so I'll be working on my tan, and I've got a few days off. And then I got home, and my grandma had popped over after being at the mill. My mum and dad had gone back to her so she could get some bits from there. And then we gave our mum and grandma some Mother's Day cards and presents, and they opened those. And I am now off to go and chill before going off to the second part of my split shift, and I'll see you when I'm back. It's later on in the evening, and I'm back for my second part to my split shift. I got myself ready for work to go back for the second part of my split shift, and my younger brother dropped me to work. I then got to work, got clocked back in and put my bag away, and I was up early to work as I had been messaged in our group chat for either me or Tash to come in early, and so I headed up there earlier than I was supposed to be, thinking that it was busy, but it was just so that at 5 o'clock, when it was just one of my colleagues on shift between 5 and 6, when me and Tash got on, that there was someone there just in case it got busy and there was only one person on, which I didn't mind. And I quickly popped to the shops around the corner to get myself a drink before my shift started. And then I was just cleaning some tables, and someone chatted to some of the regulars, and some of my colleagues who had just finished work were out in the beer garden having some drinks, so I was just having chats with them. And then Tash came on, and Jamie came on a little bit later on, and it's me, Jamie, Tash and one other of our colleagues. And then by 7, my colleague who was on a split shift, who'd done a split shift as well. She finished around 7ish, and then I was just doing some cleaning and clothes jobs, and then I got to finish about 9ish, and I clocked off and got my bag and got picked up by my dad. Got home, had a hot cross bun and a cup of tea, finished writing my journal entry for today, and I'm now off to go and finish watching Britain's Got Talent from last night, and I am now off for a few days, and I'm going to be getting my hair cut tomorrow and just chilling. Might go to the garden centre, and can't wait to have a few days off. I know weather's supposed to be really nice as well, which should be good. Be working on a tan, and I hope you guys have all had a lovely week and weekend, and all have a lovely new week ahead. I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon.